think that William will act decisively against his brother and the narcissistic Duchess of... Who doesn't want to be a Duchess, but she does if it sells books and television programmes. That's what I have a problem with. Do you think that William will forever banish him, or do you think there will be reconciliation? There was talk about reconciliation some months ago, wasn't there?
So, here we go again. Harry versus William. Honestly, at this point, who can even keep count? But this round isn't just another petty squabble in the royal drama saga. Oh no, this one's juicier. It's about money, image, and who's secretly shaping up to be the future king with quiet moves, while the other is left sulking in Montecito. William, the cool-headed heir, just pulled off a silent but brutal power play that's apparently got Harry fuming. Remember when Harry took millions from British taxpayers to give Frogmore Cottage a glow-up, only to abandon it like an old toy? Yeah, well, William just flipped the whole script. He's doing the exact opposite, and the contrast? Sharper than a royal sword.
You know what, the 5 years that I've been doing this job, so anything can happen with the royal family. Okay, you can barely predict what's going to happen. I think it would be, you're going to disagree with me, but I think it would be over the top, because you never know, you might need Harry in 10 years' time.
For what?
Let's talk receipts. William is shelling out millions of his own cash, yes, straight out of his personal pocket, to renovate Forest Lodge, the family's new forever home. And guess what? Not a single taxpayer dime is being touched. If that's not a deliberate jab at Harry's past choices, then what else could it be? Let's rewind for a second. Years back, Harry and Meghan moved into Frogmore Cottage, a place most normal folks would kill to live in. But for Meghan, it reportedly felt less like a royal perk and more like a downgrade. So naturally, they launched a massive $3 million taxpayer-funded renovation project. Lavish upgrades, glamorous finishes, basically all the bells and whistles money could buy.
When William does become king, so much has been written and so much has been said about the anger that he has felt and has kept inside. We know how important family is to him. With Kate, after everything she's gone through, and the boys, and the sweet girl as well.
And after all that spending, Harry and Meghan ditched Frogmore like yesterday's news. The cottage just wasn't flashy enough, wasn't glamorous enough, wasn't Montecito chic. And when they finally did pay back the public money, let's not kid ourselves, it wasn't because of some moral awakening. No, they had no choice. They were leaving the UK, and paying it back was damage control. Now let's stack that against William. Here's a man set to be king, heir to the throne, and yet he's covering the full renovation costs of Forest Lodge, a whopping $20 million estate. And trust me, this place isn't in mint condition. We're talking creaky roof, drafty old windows, and a heating system that groans louder than the tabloids after a royal scandal. Yet William is footing the bill himself.
You might need Harry. You talked about him splitting up with Meghan. You know, William's wife hasn't been very well. Things could change, and you might need Harry by his side. To suddenly take away his titles, I think would be a mistake, because you might need him in the family at some stage, I think.
And here's where it really stings for Harry. William is handling it quietly. No drama, no Netflix deals to cover expenses, just pure, understated responsibility. And it's not just about the money, it's about the message. William is showing that royalty doesn't have to mean entitlement. It can mean modesty, duty, and actual respect for the people. He and Catherine are moving into a grand home, but without live-in staff. They're paying market rent too, something they could have easily avoided with royal perks. And they're committed to raising their kids as normal as possible. Compare that to Harry, who's reportedly burning through $2 million a year just on security in California, not to mention who knows how much for koi ponds and perfectly manicured hedges.
I think that William is probably closer to how the Queen saw the monarchy than even his father is. I think there will be a lot more traditionalism, and I think he'll go back. I don't know, maybe you're right, actually.
Here's the kicker. William could have easily let the Crown estate cover the renovations. That's the usual royal play. No one would have blinked, but he chose not to. He went out of his way to pay for it himself. And by doing so, he's shining a harsh light on Harry's every misstep. Each time William takes the high road, Harry looks smaller, pettier, more bitter. Insiders are even calling it a PR masterstroke. Because let's be real, this isn't just William fixing up a house. This is William rebuilding the monarchy's image, one brick at a time. And every nail he hammers into Forest Lodge feels like a warning shot aimed across the Atlantic at Montecito. Harry simply can't compete.
As a royalist, Matt, it sticks in my craw that this couple don't want to be part of something. That's fine, that never worried me. Good luck to you. But then to only use, and you bring that example up here today, Bloomberg, to then only ever get column inches or press coverage by going back to bashing the very thing that sustains their lives.
William isn't just restoring an estate, he's crafting his reputation as the future king. Meanwhile, Harry seems stuck in a cycle of lawsuits, bitterness, and failed Spotify deals. William's decision to pay for everything himself isn't just good PR, it's a defining moment, a glimpse of the leader he's becoming.
To me, it's just hypocritical and unfair. Do you know what I mean? I think a majority of Brits don't. I think they both struggle to come back. I mean, he would be all right, but I don't think she can ever come back to this country, do you?
No, every polling suggests that they're the two of the most unpopular royals. They're down the bottom with Prince Andrew.
While other royals cling to perks, William is rewriting the rules. This isn't about flashing wealth, it's about carrying the weight of the crown even before it rests on his head. He's playing the long game, carefully shaping a monarchy that feels relatable in a time when trust in the royals is fragile. Forest Lodge isn't a palace. It's a weathered estate tucked away in Windsor Great Park. Historic but crumbling. It needs everything. New heating, window repairs, modern interiors, and William is covering it all. No shortcuts. Catherine has even been spotted picking out furniture herself. Simple, elegant, nothing gaudy. Just quiet, timeless class.
He was kicked out, well, not kicked out, but he was banished from Balmoral a little bit earlier this summer than he normally is. So the family normally go to church together. It's always a big display of family unity at Crappy Kirk on the Sunday that's just gone.
And let's not forget, Forest Lodge hasn't seen real investment since 2001. That's over 2 decades of wear and tear. The place needs everything from top to bottom. But instead of whining about it, William is paying out of his own pocket and not cutting a single corner. Catherine, ever the class act, has even been spotted picking out tasteful furniture herself. Nothing over the top. No gaudy splurges, just elegant, understated choices that reflect who they are. It's quiet class, no dramatic tabloid-style spending sprees here. And get this, they're paying full market rent too. Thousands of pounds every single month. Even though they're royals and could easily demand special treatment, they're deliberately choosing not to. That decision alone sends a message louder than any interview Harry could ever give.
Oddly, he was given a lift by William in the car, which was, there was pictures of it, and it caused a bit of a scene. Whereas the rest of the family, William, Catherine, the 3 children, King and Queen, all went to church and put on a full.
You might make a point. Also, this is not putting you on the point. It's just me.
William and Catherine want George, Charlotte, and Louis to actually know the value of things. No silver spoons shoved down their throats, no handouts, and no spoiled assumptions about entitlement. Compared to other royals' behavior, that mindset is a breath of fresh air. Think about Adelaide Cottage, their current home since 2022. It only has 4 bedrooms for a family of 5. Tight space, right? Yet you never once heard them complain in public. No passive-aggressive digs in documentaries, no woe is me, sob stories buried in books. They just carried on. No drama, no pity parade. And that is why William and Catherine command so much respect from the British people. Now let's stack that against how Harry and Meghan handled Frogmore Cottage. From day one, the complaints started. Too small, not fancy enough, the name Frogmore sounding undignified. Meghan even admitted she hated the name because it sounded small. They didn't want cottage life, they wanted palace fantasy. So they demanded renovations, $3 million of taxpayer-funded renovations to be exact, and when it was finally done, they abandoned it without a second glance.
If they just keep Meghan close, indulge her career and everything they need, they can get the big fish, which is Harry maybe doing a Diana documentary or doing more documentaries, maybe when his brother becomes king.
They left the country. They took the luxury, took the spotlight, and walked away. Yes, they eventually repaid the money, but let's be honest, it wasn't out of duty. It was because they had no other choice. By then, the optics were already a disaster, and years later, that PR nightmare is still haunting them. The contrast now couldn't be clearer. While Harry's financial choices keep raising eyebrows, expensive lawsuits, endless private jet trips, and a security bill bigger than a small nation's budget, William is going in the opposite direction. Forest Lodge isn't just another royal residence, it's a statement. It's William saying, "This is who I am. This is the kind of leader I'll be."
And her mask slips there. She can't help but go back to old grudges that she's buried away in the back of her mind that just jump out once you ask her the question.
William's message? Crystal clear. We'll handle it ourselves. We'll earn our keep, and we'll do it the right way. For a man preparing to wear the crown, that statement lands exactly where it needs to. In an era when the royals are constantly under scrutiny, William is proving that true leadership doesn't need theatrics. It doesn't need Netflix cameras, PR stunts, or public meltdowns. Real leadership is quiet but undeniable. Forest Lodge, with its 8 bedrooms, tennis court, and even a ballroom, could easily be flaunted as a royal trophy. But William isn't parading it around. He's treating it as a home, not a prize. And the most revealing choice? No live-in staff. Not because they can't afford it, but because they don't want it. Catherine reportedly insists that the kids grow up in a home, not a royal compound. She wants family dinners without a butler lurking at the door. She wants George, Charlotte, and Louis to know how to make their own beds, to help set the table, just like any other kids. That decision alone proves the weight Wales family is chasing something rare for royals: actual normality. They know exactly what happens when real family life is missing. They've seen the damage firsthand, and that's why they're determined to create something authentic. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, Harry and Meghan's Montecito mansion screams the opposite. It's all scale, all status, all appearance, the koi ponds, the constant renovations, the towering privacy hedges. It's not about family, it's about image. Behind the marble countertops and the stage studio lighting, the reality is far less glamorous. Financial strain, failed podcast deals, crumbling business arrangements, and an endless scramble to stay relevant. Across the pond, while William is quietly stepping into his destiny, Harry's reality looks far less stable. Instead of building a foundation for his family, he's tangled up in one legal battle after another. He's suing tabloids, fighting the British government, even taking on the Home Office over his security. Millions have already gone up in smoke just in legal fees. Does that sound like peace? No, it screams chaos. And the more Harry fights, the more the spotlight exposes cracks in his life. Every new lawsuit, every bitter complaint, every dramatic interview, it doesn't make him look powerful, it makes him look lost. It makes him look like a man chasing a fight because he doesn't know how to stop. Meanwhile, William isn't chasing headlines. He's building a future. He's preparing for a monarchy that can withstand modern pressures without collapsing under scandal. That's why his refusal to join King Charles's rumored peace deal with Harry is such a big deal. He's not interested in photo op reconciliations or fake smiles for the cameras. He knows you can't keep handing out olive branches to someone who keeps setting fire to the whole tree. And the public sees it. William's hard line resonates because people are tired of the endless drama Harry keeps fueling. William is showing strength not by shouting, but by drawing boundaries. And let's be honest, that's the kind of quality people want in a future king. And then there's Catherine. Oh, Catherine. While Harry and Meghan constantly make themselves the story, Catherine stays the picture of quiet grace. Even while facing her own health struggles, she continues her royal duties with dignity. No big announcements demanding attention, no sly digs at family members, no PR spin, just steady, consistent service. Think about it. This is a woman who lived for years in a modest four-bedroom home, raising her children under the microscope of the entire world. Yet not once did she publicly complain. No whispers leaked to the press, no sob story interviews, just family, just duty, just perseverance. That kind of quiet strength speaks volumes, especially when compared to the whirlwind of drama surrounding Harry and Meghan. So, when William and Catherine finally move into Forest Lodge, it won't just be about changing houses. It will be symbolic, a statement of how they plan to lead as the future king and queen. Not with extravagance, not with theatrics, but with responsibility and humility. No palaces flashing 20-car motorcades, no desperate plays for attention, just a family quietly building something real. And the contrast? Brutal. Across the Atlantic, Harry will likely be drafting yet another speech, another interview, another grievance to air out in public. But at this point, who's still listening? The comparisons have become impossible to ignore. One brother is rising steadily with purpose, while the other seems stuck ranting into the void. And if you ask the crown where the future lies, well, the answer seems obvious.